Welcome to this lecture on familiarizing yourself with Visual Studio Code as your primary code editor. VS Code, developed by Microsoft, is a lightweight but powerful source editor which runs on your desktop and is available for Windows, Mac OS and Linux. Let's dive into the basics of using Visual Studio Code effectively for your development projects. So now let's briefly introduce Visual Studio Code. It's an open source editor that supports numerous programming languages and provides features such as debugging, task running, and version control. And its lightweight nature makes it incredibly popular among developers. Let's see the key features of Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code boasts several key features that enhance your coding experience. So it has got IntelliSense for smart code completions, built-in Git integration and debugging tools for various languages, extensions to enhance functionality, customizable themes and key bindings, and integrated terminals for running command directly within the editor. Now, we have already covered this part, installing VS Code, from this website, official Visual Studio Code official website, code.visualstudio.com. So please revisit the previous lecture on installing and customizing a little bit of Visual Studio Code in the earlier lecture if already not visited. So let's move on to the next slide, which is getting started with Visual Studio Code. So once you have the Visual Studio Code installed, when you open it up, you will be greeted with a welcome screen that provides quick access to commonly used features and resources. Here you can create a new file, open an existing folder, or install extensions. Now let's have a live demo of VS Code interface. Okay, so let me switch over to Visual Studio Code. So as I have opened up Visual Studio Code, I have been welcomed to this welcome screen, a welcome page where you can see new file. There's a few things that you can do: create a new file, open an existing file, open a folder, clone Git repository, or connect to a remote development workspace. All right, and this part is the activity bar, where we have got the source control, search, explorer, and run and debug, and extensions. All right, and you have got this sidebar. This is the clicking one of these icons will open a sidebar. This is the sidebar, and run and debug, it will open the run and debug sidebar. So next will be editor. So if you click on this file which I have already created, this part is the editor. This is the center of the screen, and you'll spend most of your time writing code. You can open multiple files in the tabs, similar to the web browser, like multiple tabs. All right, and next we'll go for the customizing Visual Studio Code. So customizing your editor can significantly enhance your productivity. Let's explore a few customization options. Themes. So VS Code supports various themes. To change your theme, go to File, Preferences, and Color Theme and choose one that suits your style. So we have already covered this part in a previous lecture on customization after setting up the Visual Studio. So, and extensions. Now extensions add functionality to VS Code. To install extensions, click on the extensions icon in the activity bar and search for the extensions you need and click install. Now next we'll go for a live demo of extensions and customization. Okay, so we'll do install an extension and customize settings. Let's switch over to Visual Studio Code now. So let's see how to install an extension and customize the editor. So this is if you just hover your mouse over all of these icons, you can see this is the extensions icon, and these are all the installed extensions. Okay, and if you want to install any extension, you can search for it. Say for example, just write a word C#, and all extensions that have the keyword C# in it will be available to you. You can choose whatever you'd like to install. You should have the prior knowledge of what it does, or you can just read this one to have some idea about the extension that you are probably going to install for serving your particular purpose. And say for example, another popular extension is Prettier, is the code formatter. Prettier code formatter. Using Prettier you can install it. And okay, so that is about the extension. Now you can customize the setting. For customizing setting, again, if refresher, which we have already covered in the previous lecture, but again click on preference settings, and we are already on the this thing. We can search for anything. Say cursor, find, font, formatting, and commonly used, these are the Windows features, new window, other features, accessibility, explorer, search, accessibility sign, testing, source control, etc., etc. So any feature you'd like to see, you can customize. Say for example, debug, allow breakpoints everywhere, auto expand lazy variables, close read only, tabs on end, confirm on edit, never, whatever are the options you can select from them. So you can easily customize any of these features that you'd like to customize. Okay, and then next will be, we'll use the integrated terminal. So integrated terminal is another powerful feature of Visual Studio Code. It allows you to run command line operations directly within the editor. So now we'll get to a live demo of this integrated terminal. So accordingly, we'll switch over to Visual Studio Code. So how do you open the integrated terminal? It is already open here. So if I close this, then Control plus backtick is one way of opening the terminal. Control plus backtick. You will close this again. It will toggle between open and close. Control plus backtick, or file, and the other way to open is view and terminal. Okay, so this is view and terminal. Yeah, it is there. Okay, so terminal is open with the shortcut or from the view menu. Now this terminal can be used to see anything, like just like any way you'd like to use your command prompt in the systems, in the Windows system. So cd ... will take you to the previous root folder from VS Code. Now you can create a directory, make directory test something. So test directory has been created. If you list the directory here in the documents, you can see that test should be one of them. Test directory. Okay, test directory you have created, so it is already there. All right, so you can, it is the integrated terminal. It's part of the Visual Studio Code editor. So you can, it is very powerful. Okay, and you can do whatever you'd like to do with a command prompt or PowerShell. Okay, and let's see what we have seen in the lecture. Okay, so we have covered these things. We have familiarized ourselves with the Visual Studio Code, including the following: the installation process of the Visual Studio Code, the interface overview, the key features and customization options. Now, Visual Studio Code is a versatile and powerful editor that can greatly enhance your development experience and development workflow. I encourage you to explore these features and customize the editor to fit your needs. Thank you very much. In the next session, we'll dive deeper into the key features and functionalities of the VS Code to help you become more proficient in using this powerful tool.